Hey everyone, Cap from TCG Break here, bringing you the 8th episode of my deck building series. After some time away from this deck, and quite a few new set releases, I believe this is a great opportunity to pick up the strategy once more, and utilize many of the new cards released since the previous episode. So with that being said, if you would like to support the channel, feel free to use our TCG Player affiliate link in the description below the video. And without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with the main monster lineup, I'm still playing 3 copies of Revealer of the Ice Barrier, 2 Speakers for the Ice Barriers, 1 Hexa Spirit of the Ice Barrier, 1 Defender of the Ice Barrier, 1 Zoojin, as well as 1 General Wayne of the Ice Barrier. I believe this is all you need for the Ice Barrier monsters, as you have enough targets to be able to special summon off of Revealer's effect, as well as take advantage of Speaker's effects should you control another Ice Barrier monster. As for the LAKEY Fibrax targets, I'm still playing the 1 copy of Fishborg Launcher and the 1 Crystron Citri. I find that these 2 are more than enough, and their different levels give the deck the much needed flexibility in order to continue our synchro plays. I am still playing the Frog package in the form of 3 copies of Swap Frog, the 1 Dupe Frog, and 1 Ronin Totem. This is an excellent utility to have in this deck should your primary plays be interrupted in order to possibly get out a negate in the form of Totally Awesome. I'm also playing 3 copies of Psyframe Gear Gamma and the 1 Psyframe Driver. I believe this hand trap is less powerful overall in our current format, though it still proves rather useful if you are able to use it on your turn in order to possibly synchro summon into the Psyframe Lord Omega. Moving on to the Ice Barrier spells, I'm playing 3 Medallion of the Ice Barrier, 1 Freezing Chains of the Ice Barrier, and the 1 Winds over the Ice Barrier. It is rather important in this deck to maximize your ability to see a starter, such as Revealer of the Ice Barrier, so the 3 copy of Medallion definitely help to improve the deck's overall consistency, though Freezing Chains and Winds over the Ice Barrier are rather useful utility cards as well. Moving on to the trap card lineup, I'm playing 2 copies of Paleozoic Canadia, 2 Paleozoic Deinonychus, and 2 Paleozoic Olenoides. All 3 of these traps are excellent to interrupt your opponent, as well as to give you material to possibly Xyz summon the Totally Awesome, and I find 2 of each is the perfect ratio overall, since I am also playing Trap Trick. A new addition to the main deck, I'm playing 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. As of this recording, Infinite Impermanence has a current market price of $10 per copy. Since its reprint in the Cyberdark Structure deck, Infinite Impermanence is more accessible than ever and makes a great addition to this deck, as it is a very versatile hand trap, whilst also being able to use it of course as a trap card in order to possibly chain your paleo traps in the grave, once again getting more material on your board to continue your plays. And to round it out for the main deck, I'm playing 2 copies of Different Dimension Ground, 2 copies of Trap Trick, and 2 Crackdown. Different Dimension Ground is still especially useful in this current meta, and may prove to be able to skip your opponent's turn outright, as many decks rather heavily rely upon the graveyard. Moving on to the extra deck, I'm playing the 1 Crystron LAKEY Fibrax, and the 1 Marincess Coral Anemone, and I have dropped the Boral Sword Dragon. As for the Xyz monsters, I'm still playing the 1 Totally Awesome, 1 copy of Bahamut Shark, and a new edition, Raid Raptor Ultimate Falcon. This is the replacement for the Boral Sword Dragon, and I've found can be brought out fairly easily in games 2 and 3, after siding into another new edition, which is Waking the Dragon. Ultimate Falcon is completely unaffected by other cards' effects, and can prove rather difficult for most decks to beat over, since it has 3500 attack. And to round it out for the extra deck, I'm playing the 1 Crystron Quandax, 1 Desert Locusts, 1 Shooting Riser Dragon, the 1 Adamancipator Risen Dragite, 1 Psyframe Lord Omega, 1 White Aura Whale, Crystron Phoenix, as well as Crystron Quirion Gandrax, 1 Trishula Dragon of the Ice Barrier, and 1 Trishula Zero Dragon of the Ice Barrier. As for the side deck, I'm still playing 3 copies of Droll Lockbird, 2 Artifact Lancia, and 3 Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. And rounding it out for the deck overall, I'm still playing 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More, 2 Twin Twisters, and 2 Waking the Dragon. So with these changes in mind, let's get into the duels for this episode. So as shown in the match replays, the deck performed rather well overall, though could certainly use quite a few updates in order to better perform with many of the new cards released since the last episode, and I look forward to seeing exactly where those new cards may take us in the future installments of this series. So with that being said, that's all I have for this episode. As always, if you enjoyed the video and would like to see more like it, feel free to give us a like and subscribe. Feel free to leave any suggestions regarding changes you would make to the deck in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, until the next one, have a nice day.